and thank you very much and welcome to a very last minute impromptu reaction live video. So I was just going to do this, I was going to just do a standard reaction video, but because there's I say look, it's sweet, you know, it depends how you look at things. The negative thing was, are you eating Dinobot? No, it's just chicken. Darren, you're right, Duke, okay. Yeah, my 4 o'clock, we got our wires crossed, so he couldn't come in. So I thought, well, rather than just do a reaction, I might as well do exactly this. Just do exactly what we're doing now, have a chat about it. So, luckily enough, I checked in to do a little bit of the bit where it was the hot air balloon, whenever it was going up in the air. But obviously, I'm fresh. I've only just seen trailers. So if I mess anything up, it's because I haven't had a chance to see it again. But correct me if I'm wrong, either there's something like Black Arachnia, or was she in it? I don't know any, but who else saw it? So there's already 15 or so of you in the chat already. We've just literally logged straight on. Have you seen it? Because it was like due to start an hour ago, which it did, but it was just worth, and whoever the other chap is, that's how bad it is with my knowledge at the moment, just chatting, and it kept, you know, going in and out of them do chatting. And is there always ads there? Ads just popped up over there. Oh, there you go. Then let's get rid of the ads. What was I saying? Yeah, so I've literally just seen it, same as yourself. Yeah, and it looked, I've got to say, it looks good. Person, nice to have you on here as well. Nick and Darren, what's up? Everybody, I love the fact that you guys are getting to know each other as well. It's really, that's one of the main things that I wanted to do when I started this, bring everybody together. And it looks, I mean, look, there's 20 plus already. It's fine. Don't get to that look, guys. I know it's cheeky, but everybody YouTuber asks for it. It looks great. It is though, isn't it? It's it looks, yeah, they have very much comedy. They also, of course, have gone kiddie, which is fine because it's a cartoon. As long as it's not cheesy, too cheesy. I thought that the funny bits that were in it were actually funny. Like, I'm going to sort of compare it to Phantom Menace. Oh, it's been freezing over here, to be fair. I was going to say, yeah, Seekers in the trailer. Like, if you think of the Phantom Menace, everybody's waiting for it so much, and then there was the Jar Jar Binks factor, who was too much. Bumblebee doesn't look like he's going to be that bad. He's definitely going to be the comic relief. There you go. I haven't got the Selects version of that. Oh no, it's not. I'm getting mixed up with God Neptune. I've got God Neptune, which is of course the other version. Anyway, so yeah, so the comic audiences, I liked it. I like the look of it. I like the fact that obviously Megatron and Optimus are friends at the moment. Yeah, it's, who else is then? As I said, we'll watch it. Have you seen it yet? If not, I imagine there's going to be loads of guys spamming with bits of it and all that sort of stuff, but I'm definitely not going to do that this time. I got a copyright strike last time I did it with all the Rise of the Beasts, little bits of trailers that I kept putting on. So, and also the reason why I'm going to do this is that means that when I do the news for later on, what was I saying? So yeah, so I don't have to do any sort of spoilers for people. But what else did anybody think? Because I know somebody else has just said they've seen it. You are buffering a little bit, but not bad. Wait, maybe it's the in fact, if I turn this off, because I'm at work, you see, guys, maybe it's because I'm at work. If I turn that off, that's my iPad, which runs next to it, which means that it might help the signal, but it also means that I won't be able to keep up in the chat, but that's fine. Is that any better? I think it's for children 12 and under. It's, I don't know if the 12, I mean, it's probably going to be aimed at that, but let's be honest, it's Transformers, so it's going to very much for the kids. Yeah, Lee, I've got Soundwave, pal. You're gonna have to let me know. I'm at work till 9, and then but I'm in tomorrow afternoon. So it does look for kids, but it looks fun. I like, yeah, there's some comedy moments in it. Yet again, I think I don't know what it is. I don't know why they're all of us. I say all of a sudden, but they're not. If you look back '84 cartoon, Bumblebee was always really quite big, wasn't he? But I think since the Bayverse movies, he is really prevalent. Oh. Why are you not impressed? This is obviously Popcorn Bucket Prime. I want to know why you're not impressed, because, or what were you expecting is the best thing to sort of say. Because the problem that you've got with Transformers and the problem that you've got with them is you can't please everybody. Most of the people in it are of the same opinion of me, which I was quite surprised with, and that's like more annoyed and more the fact I don't want them to do the crossover with G.I. Joe action. That's borderline upset me, to be fair. I just really don't like G.I. Joe. Really don't like them piggybacking off Transformers. However, lots of people will obviously massively disagree with me. And as I say, like you just said there, you didn't like the trailer. It is only the first look. So hopefully, as I say, well, again, it's weird. It's one of them double-edged swords because sometimes you don't want to see too much. Because that's, again, I think that's what happened with Rise of the Beasts. I managed to stay away from it a little bit. But then by the time the movie actually... Are you going to have a... Let's see what you think, Dimon Seth. See, Shane, you're up for that. I'm not into that at all. If the figures are good, they can also give us Earthspark. Earthspark's not doing very well. See, it depends on the condition of the seals. If they're sealed, they can go for nuts for some money. But that's I've seen them less surely than $300 unless something's happened since I last started looking. I don't know. But yeah, so as I say, people are going to watch it now. It is live. If you've not seen it yet already, just type in Transformers 1 trailer. You'll probably have to skip an hour of the actual footage that's on YouTube moment because they started off in I presume it was a hot air balloon or a weather balloon or something, but they started off obviously on the ground. It took an hour to get them into space, 125,000 feet, whatever it is, and then they started to play the trailer, which is a very novel way of doing it. But I think by the time I do my Transformer Facts Friday video in about 6 hours, people are going to have done, as I say, what I didn't really see. There was loads of things that I think there's going to be loads of Easter eggs. I'm not too sure the baddies are, etc. They're just, the whole premise of it is literally, you know, what we know or what we've heard of the history, that they're worker bots. And yeah, they really, Chinese spy do those Combiner Wars, Neptune and Poseidon are expensive. Combiner Wars are well expensive. The Gen Selects ones are, they're insane money. I thought he just meant the normal ones. Sorry, that's my bad. Yeah, the Generation Select Seacons are ridiculous prices. And I think that's because they were Takara Tomy exclusives. Again, completely correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that that's what they were, and that's why they were so expensive. But I've got a God Neptune in box, but I've still not even opened it, so I need to reveal that one particular day as well. Is the buffer in stock, by the way? As I presume it. Numbers are going up and down all over the place on here. It's strange. I'm talking of, while I'm talking, I'm thinking of doing these, as I say, a little bit more often, because what's the word? Because I like doing it. I don't mind jumping in, even if it's just a few of you. As I say, we've got a nice little community jumping in and out all at the same time. It's good, as well as doing the ones on the Saturday. But that's another 2 weeks away already, the Saturday one. Doing one next. Of course I am, because there's another fan stream next week, which is the RoboSen Megatron, which again, unfortunately, is going to be a tank, but it'll still be great to see how they do it, because it's going to be auto-converting, so that's going to be really interesting, I would imagine, to see what they're doing. So I'll be doing that live next week. Yeah, that's it. I mean, the numbers, they've sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down, but I think I get a sense, I get the feeling that the channel's growing due to, from what I can see from the comments and the analytics. So it's I was speaking to somebody yesterday actually, and they were saying that the key to the YouTube is the content, and I'm always putting content out, some of it good, some of it bad. I'm not sure what to make of it, but I'll definitely be there. Yeah, exactly. I imagine that trailer will be when you get to watch the cartoons, because obviously the cartoons, that's in May. That's only what, 3 weeks away now. American president. I don't know anything about politics. I'm just happy as long as everybody else is happy. But mate, if that's out of jail, it really is, because there's so many things going on in the world right now that I just want everybody to be happy. It doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as you're happy. And they're no cheaper in the UK, buddy. The Grimlock is running at about 15. No, it's not about. The Grimlock is £1,500, which is insane. Yeah, £1,500. So I think that's just shy of $2,000, maybe more. So Australian dollars is probably double, isn't it? So I don't know. Our tax is 20% on every single thing that we buy. Minimum. There's 20%. Then they got everything else that they put on the top of it. So, you know, in Australia, I don't think it's as bad as in the UK. That's why loads of people in the UK go to Australia, to be honest. Oh yeah, see, we're way more than that. we're way more than that. That's why I've got friends. I've got 2 clients as I speak right now. I should have let them know actually that they are literally in Australia right now. So at least we'll get Transformers we like and what you don't. Yes, exactly. You don't need politics. So yeah, I've started to actually sort out the room a little bit more as well. I want to be able to do a proper, again, a decent room tour of some things. It's horrible because I've had to storage box up all my Thrilling 30, all my original Fall of Cybertron figures. They're all storage boxed up. The movie ones I've had in storage boxes for ages, so I'm just going to sell a few more of them. I think the only movie figures I'm going to keep are the Bumblebee movie, because I really like them. Rise of the Beast ones, as bad as it sounds, they've served their purpose now. So I've done the videos on them. I'll do a quick collection video, then I'll sell them on as well. But yeah, I want to get my collection room sorted, so it's mainly G1 in all generations, to be honest. But I've started that. eBay listing this weekend, so I can't wait to do that, get a few things on again. Reviews wise, I've got, funnily enough, if Lee's still in the chat, I've got the retro reissue Soundwave. I'll put that live in about 2 hours time, probably about R5 UK time. I have, yeah, there's loads of chat. I didn't know Gotbot does them weekly either. What was I saying? So I've got Sound done. I've got, yeah, it's classed the new one I've opened. And then I've got Shockwave from the Bumblebee tomorrow. And then, funny enough, I'm going to do something slightly different for one of the videos over the weekend. I got asked, he's just gone to check the trailer, but there's one of the subscribers called Demonster, and I'm going to do a basically Robot Recruits might have some more in Lee. That's where I got mine from. Check Robot Recruits out. I'm sure they have. What was I saying? Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so I suppose just a video. He was asking me some questions about when to collect, when not to collect, when to sell, etc. And just, yeah, you do. And just give a little bit of a chat on that. I also need to talk about TF UK Con, because that's less than a month away, and of course I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be taking some figures there. Demonsef, so you actually, it wasn't as bad. I thought, if anything, and please forgive me when I say this, I thought that you'd come back straight away saying, no, rubbish, but there you go, you've gone and surprised me. So I was actually just telling the people in the chat that one of the videos that I'm going to be doing this weekend is something rather new, and it's going to be answering the questions that you sent me. Collector 75's back on, that's good, I'll have to get him involved. But yeah, Demonsef, so I'm going to be doing a special video just chatting about the things that you asked me. Because it's easy to do a video that way rather than just do it off the cuff like this. So there's people jumping in and out all the time. I want to know anybody else who's seen the trailer and what they're thinking, or if anybody else wants to ask any questions, because I'm free, as I say, for at least another half an hour, so I'm going to do all this. Yes, I've got a few other things. I've got a few Fans Toys figures that I've got to review. I've still got to do the Stego Row. I brought the instructions for that into work, to be honest. I was going to have a quick look at that, get that ready, because that's my problem with third-party figures, is they need a lot of research, they need a lot of homework. That's the biggest difference, guys, between third-party and mainline figures. So I can say that is one of the answers to one of your questions. With mainline, a lot of the time I can just pick them up and crack on with them. Cliff Jump has various variants to A to Z. Yeah, Cliff Jump. Great, the film still is promised nothing. All I'm going to do with regards to the Cliff Jumper, though, is I'm just going to do yellow and red. I'm going to do all the Mexican, South American, and every other single variant that they do. I've never seen Fans Toys Superior, to be honest. The Fans Toys that I've reviewed, I think I've positive things to say about them. The negatives, or the bugbearers for me in third party, are Maya and X-Transbots. X-Transbots, especially, I would quite happily never review another one of them again. A couple of times I've just left. Pretty much, I'm not going to lie, all of the third party figures that I review on this channel aren't mine, and I think I make that quite clear in the reviews. And when people have them, they're basically lent them by channels and subscribers, etc. I wanted to review them on the channel. I didn't want to be, my collection is predominantly, it's not predominantly, it's G1. It's, in fact, I'm telling a fib. The only third-party ones that I've got and that I keep, Magic Squares are pain in the bum. Meg Toys, I'm not too sure. The Doctor Woos. The other ones, like reviews for guys, I want to be able to give you in on these figures. The problem is, I can't afford to keep buying, so again, give people the wrong impression. Is hopeless. We're on this new generation of things being taken seriously into dreaded jobs. The argument make down. I don't know why it's choppy. I can only apologise, guys. Maybe because it's middle of the day. He's a tank. Megatron's going to be a tank, 100%. That's all he's allowed to be at the moment. I need to watch the film. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, obviously, I can't afford to buy all the figures that I review. I review a figure near enough every day, so I'm very grateful that all the third parties. So that's everything. So that's New Age, X-Transbots, Fans Toys, Fans Hobbies, loads of things. They're all actual other people. Kang Toys, even the gold Kang Toys that I'm doing now, they're not mine. There's some. That's why I've been able to just dragging my heels with them if they were mine. As I say, so that's the main reason I do them. Just make Megatron a war. But yeah, but it's good to view them for that reason. But I particularly care to see them. New Age is a limit because New Age are okay. Joseph, nice to see you. Thanks for jumping on. But again, my main passion, as I was saying, is the main line. I can just, even if it's a brand new figure. Granted, Sandstorm took me a little bit longer than normal, but that's A, because it's an amazing figure. B, I wanted to do it justice. And C, I've been quite, even though you probably haven't been able to tell, I've been quite over the last 10 days. Just not been good at all. Really bad. So I had, like, a lot of the couple of New Age ones that I did over the weekend, they're ones that I had saved. I was going to use them as bankers for when I went out this weekend, but I wasn't able to. The next New Age or Magic Square combine the next New Age one is Menace, because they've got known up for pre-order on shows. That's me just using my power to policing and detective skills, that if they give us a Stunticon breakdown, that I would imagine they're going to give us the rest. But I was massively disappointed with the New Age, and I know a lot of people massively disagree with me, but with Devastator, it wasn't, the actual main Devastator part was the main Devastator part by himself, and then you just attach the little figures at the bottom. So I can't wait to see what Hasbro does with their mainline ones, because I can't imagine that they're going to be doing anything like that. I imagine it's going to be all sort of mixed in. And I know that means that it may have a few flaws, like the original figure, but what I really like about all the original old toys is exactly that. You needed the feet and the hands for the main ones, and for Brute, and for Predator King and Detonator, obviously, but you could still build the robot, whereas with the New Age ones, you need this. It's not even a skeleton, it's the robot, it's the whole robot, and you just attach them to it. So that's one of the things I didn't really like about that, obviously. But RJ, the person whose it is, loved it, and that's all that matters. He's got that. I've got, as I say, if I just think off the top of my head, guys, of what I've got to review still. So main, I've got Silverbolt. I'm back collecting this. Real from the Hyperverse Cowboys, Westerns. That sounds good. Legacy Menasor was a little like it, but nowhere near as bad. If you have a look at the New Age, at least what I'm trying to say is, me a person, is that at least Legacy Menasor, the trailer was the endoskeleton, whereas with the New Age Constructicons, you had all 6 Constructicons by themselves, and they brought this additional part, which was literally the robot. You didn't even need the rest of the figures, because you could see that it was still Devastator, and then you just attach them. Can't wait for 86 Devastator. That the leaks are true. Everything that what it's his name, JT Prime, puts up, they're all true, but obviously we've got no ideas what they look like, and anything else that. But what he does put up is true. What was I saying? Yeah. So the Menasor was very clever, and yes, you were just sticking the parts to them. However, the parts at least belong to one of their figures. I think that's what I was trying to get across. Whereas with New Age, the pots. Same as Magic Square Bruticus, Magic Squares Bruticus. If you use for that, and that's the other reason why I never combined all that. I gave it to the person. I gave it the person back. If you have a look at what came with Vortex, this whole huge chest piece. If you have a look at what came with Onslaught, you add the torso section and all this, and then it's just a case of it's more parts forming than parts forming. Whereas at least with the main line, they're able to, and you know, sometimes they're not as cartoon accurate as New Age or Magic Square, but they do what they say on the tin. So I can't wait to see the Studio Series Ace Devastator. Can't wait to see Robo saying, even though I've got no desire to pick it up. Maxi, what? It was the ones I did ages ago, Demonsep, all the lists for the next year, for the entire list of every figure that we're expecting for the next year. I've done 2 or 3 videos on it already this year. We know everything from Studio Series 8 what they're going to be releasing into mid-2025. Yeah, completely agree, John. Completely agree with you on that. They're a league, and it's really funny you should say that, because when I was sorting out my room yesterday afternoon, I was, what's the word I'm after? Yeah, I was putting things in storage boxes, but the ones I haven't put in storage boxes were the Combined Wars stuff. I don't know what happened to Creo, to be fair. That's one of the things that I saw, and again, I was glad that I never really got into it. Ironically enough, I've got about a box and a half of BotBots unopened still, because I was going to, funnily enough, I got it in my head before I was doing the A to Z. I was going to do a BotBot a day, but then all of a sudden just decided I was going to do the A to Z. So I started to do the A to Z instead. That's what I was just telling them. I love many, but I love some of the same scale. Yeah, that's the problem you've got though Ash, is that they want everything to scale, don't they? So I don't think they'll ever release what we would class as a Titan. I think they should. So I think all the combiners are going to be pretty much similar or the same height to Menasor, which is great. But I think it's going to be more interesting to see what they do with Superior, because how are they going to get, again, unless they do something with his legs to be huge, DNA kit from Josie to make him. Oh, that's amazing, Maxi. Thank you very much. Again, guys, I appreciate all of you using that as well. If any of you do buy any third-party products, even if it's just DNA stuff like that, then don't forget the code Toys R Us. Also, of course, they do the Masterpiece. You can pre-order both Jinrai's Josie right now with my code. And I've worked out as well, guys, you're not... did it get Devastator in the Speedier line? No, you're thinking of Menasor. That was Shadow Strip. What was I saying? If you don't select the express shipping with my code, then it knocks between $3 and $6 off, or depending on which ones you want. So as long as Toys R Us in, and when it comes to shipping, just go for standard, don't go for express. Take some money off for you. So that's a little bit of a bonus for you if you don't need to have your figure like the next day. And that's a bit of a bonus for those of you who know or who didn't know that. I thought I'd regale you all with that right now. But yeah, you can get Masterpiece figures. Primetime Moth, hello sir. Just the chap who I was chatting to yesterday. This is Impromptu from me. My 4 o'clock got their wires crossed. Sorry, my 3 and my 4. They got their wires crossed, so I've ended up sitting here just doing a quick Impromptu live. Yeah. Dead End was in Toxitron. I already know that we're getting another one. G2. I'm sure there's again one of JT Prime's listings, is it? Marv, have you seen the trailer? What do you think, mate? Tell me what you think of the trailer. Lee, are you still in the chat? Tell me if you're still in the chat, Lee, because I need to know if you've got your what's the word I'm after? If you've got your TF UK Con ticket yet or not, because that's another one that we need to get done and sorted. I'll peck your head anyway when we go to the cinema. What was we just talking about? Yeah, I want Moff to tell me what he thinks of the train. Have you got your ticket? Are you coming? Because you can use my code and get a... right, this is talking about combiners. Right, so who thinks that we need... In fact, not who thinks. Do you think... Loved it, mate. TF have some screen grabs showing Soundwave. Wow, see, there was Soundwave in it. I thought there was. Motor Master everywhere here. If they bring out a new one, we all know room on the shelf. Maxi, they dropped at one point correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. UK guys, what did they drop Motormaster to? Was it 40 quid in game? Which, considering when he first came out, he was £110. With the hook, I saw it on Hasbro panel 2 years back. It was teased. I don't know what we're talking about there now. But yeah, I'm sure Motormaster went as low as 40 from 110 over here. That's what he dropped right down to. There you go, 45 on Amazon recently, which is insane. I, honest to God, brought that for £110 from Robot Recruits the day it came out. And that's not because Robot Recruits are expensive, that's because that's what it was. In fact, Robot Recruits were, and that's probably why they don't do it anymore, bless them. He's still a great mate of mine. We're one of the cheapest for the mainline figures in the UK, but as with a lot of the other small businesses, they got swallowed up, so they don't do mainline figures anymore. That's why I go to ice hockey, right, Demonsef. So Lee's son Connor plays ice hockey at a really good level, and the TF UK Con, which I'm at, is obviously a weekend. So if his son isn't playing, I imagine he will be there. If his son is playing, then he won't be able to make it, fortunately. So that's the answer to that question there. Save Lee type huge message. I've just answered it for him. But there you go. What was I just saying then? Lee's my middle name. I refuse to post my last name here. Okay, I've got a really strange middle. It's not strange. I've got a middle name that I haven't used since I was old enough. Since I was legally old enough at 18. My middle name is not on my passport. It's not on anything, to be fair. Anything at all. The only people who know it is my mum, my brother, and my wife. I think that's about it. It's weird because it was one of them things that bothered me as a kid, but I'm not really bothered about it. No, it's nearly as bad as that. It's not actually. Road Hauler Speedy. Road Hauler, yes. That's not a Constructicon though, is it? That's an e-hobby figure. I've got the original. Mrs. Toys, love it. I've got the original roll. If you've not seen I've got the e-hobby figure video on this channel if you want to see that. No, it wasn't. It's nothing to do with it. He's completely nothing to do with Devastator. He's basically a grapple repaint. He was in the first cartoons, that like for one of them real sort of split seconds. He's nothing to do with. He was allegedly in the comic book lore going to be Constructicon, but then can't remember exactly what happened. Again, the e-hobby figure I've done a review on. You'll see him. That he is just a great. In fact, if you watch my review of Road Hauler, you'll see I've put the original one on there as well. So tired. I still haven't got over this illness. So there's something going around. There's a bug going around in the UK, and it's horrible at the moment. It's knocking people out. Hyperlink. I think it looked fun. Completely agree with you, Hyperlink. I think it looked great. Obviously, it's kiddie. It's a cartoon. It's aimed at kids, but it wasn't like toilet humour jokes, which I think that sometimes some people do. I mean, I'm not saying there might not be, but I think that's one of the biggest things that annoyed me with the first movie, to be fair. The first 2007 movie, when Bumblebee wheezed all over Sector 7 guy, I was like, that's not Bumblebee. He shouldn't be doing that. And it just made me cringe. It made me like, why have you done this? No, it's not that either. It's, or it could just be that I'm burning the candle at both ends. It started after the NEC, but I had to get up at silly o'clock, and I was really busy all day. And then my kids, to be fair, my kids are great, but they keep me so busy. I went to Goodwill Jack figure because he was there. Didn't you not like the other one? Did you not get the Origin one, Darren? The Origin one's amazing. I really like the Origin one. I know that splits the fandom. I know that some people aren't happy. It is a shell for me. That was a win. That was a huge win. They only made that for the alternate mode, let's be honest. Really like that figure. Does anybody else have that? Loads of people must have had that. You must have had that figure by now. Earthrise. Dude, cheers, John. As I say, I'm battling through it. Like I was. Most of you don't. So don't really tell anybody, but it doesn't make a difference. I do. Or you can probably tell. I do all my videos like late at night. Why have I not purchased Magic Square Devastator? Magic Square Devastator. I enjoy this. It's clearly not aimed at me because it looks. Uh, in answer to your question, Demonsef, I think you'd gone offline when I was talking about the fact that all of the third-party figures that I review aren't mine. They're lent to me by friends, by channel members, by subscribers, because I don't really like too many of them, and I can't afford to buy them. But I've not even. But I may get one to review. Somebody might lend me theirs to review. But I've not. I can't afford to go and buy one either at the moment. What was we talking about then? Oh yeah, I do all my videos really, really late at night when all the kids were asleep and my wife's fell asleep. So what I do is I tend to build up like a backlog just in case. Exactly what happens. Well, over the weekend, like I was gonna save and drip feed them new age figures into this week. I wanted to get all of the legacy done because obviously I got all of legacy wave last week, and I'm still sitting on Chromia. I'm still sitting on Cheetor. I'm still sitting on Silver Bolts. They're all sitting in the boxes, which I haven't managed to get around to doing yet. And I was going to get all them done first and then drip feed the new age in between, but because I was just that bad and that's all I had, that's why you got the couple of new age and a couple of shorts instead of anything else. So yeah, so apologies on that, but yeah, I was. But again, I'll get back on top of that. And as I say, I want to get them ones done fast. Titan Return, was it Power of the Prime? Jazz was garbage too. I think it was the Power of the Prime. The funny thing about that one, Darren, is that I've only got a sealed one of them and I haven't got a loose one, so I can't comment at all on the loose one. I mean, but let's be honest, the Power of the Prime Wars trilogy figures, most of them, they're not great quality. They use the same molds over and over again. But the play factor, the playability with all of them figures is fantastic. The fact that you can do exactly that. All of them combine near enough. All of them. I mean, even Starscream combines. The Voyager class one, not the Leader class from Combiner Wars. The Voyager class combines Infern. You can make all your own combiners. In the shorts I did with all the combiners on this channel, you know, I had, was his name Beatrice or Beatrice, whatever his name is. I can't think. And Megatronus and all that sort of stuff. I got them all together and just made as many as possible. And I still, you know, there's still way more combinations that I haven't done. I think obviously the hardest one to complete was Orthea, and I don't think I put her in it because I don't think I had it at the time. But she's the worst. To try and get Orthea to stand, she's awful to get to stand. Absolutely terrible. The Nemesis at the Bridge pack is on the way to me, right as I speak, Matt. It's on the way to me. It's quite funny, actually, you should mention that. And if you saw, obviously I did the Starscream and the Waspinator pack about a week ago now, and I got someone in the comments, where have you got this from? It's not out yet. And I'm like, it is. It's been out for ages. I still get, it makes me laugh when people say that. It's like, obviously you didn't listen to the first 20 seconds of the video, because the first 20 seconds of the video, nice to have you on here, Chris Alden. As I say, thanks to whoever, thanks to In-Demand Toys, Robot Recruits, Show Z, or whatever, where I got this from. So I discuss this all the time, and I'm sure the good thing is here we've got people from America, the UK, Australia, Canada, all in the chat right now, and I'm sure we can see that the distribution service is very, very different across all of the world. Everybody gets, sometimes they get an abundance of figures. The thing that makes me laugh is on our shelves we've got so many Studio Series 86 snarls just shelf warming, and I know that he's quite hard and quite scarce in a lot of the rest of the place. Yeah, Galvatronus is fantastic. So it made me, they literally were like, where have you got it from? You shouldn't have it. I'm like, I got it from In Demand. I've had it for a month. They released, Takara Tomy released it in March. So I think Hasbro Pulse doesn't help either. Hasbro Pulse has various different release dates on loads of things, which is crazy. And yeah, as funny enough, the Velocitron, I know the Velocitron, I got mine personally from people like yourselves in the chat from Australia. They sent them over to me because I couldn't get Shadow Strip or anything. Really? You see, he's shelf warming. I wanted to just because I found what I got to him. Like, it's shelf, he's literally, if you have a look at the last couple of shorts I've done or the toy hunts I've done, whenever I go in Smith's, he's reduced. They just can't shift him. I'm going to go on the Nemesis pack, make sure anything. Don't know. It's hard to say. I've got no idea, Demonsef. I'd like to think it's going to be a new mold because, let's be honest, they've absolutely, they've got their money's worth on that, haven't they? comes loose easy though. Yeah, agreed with that on the Combiner Wars figures. It's crazy. It's crazy how many times they've used that. There's still a couple that I want of it though. I've got one in my watch list right now, ending in 2 days. One of that Megatron mold that I completely missed at the time, and I want it. So I'm not going to say what it is, just in case anyone's on it. But yeah, there's a few that I'm definitely after already myself still. Think of how many Generation Selects versions they had, and of course the Shockwave. Pardon me. Look how many times they've used that Shockwave mold now. So you had Siege, Nemesis, now you're getting the comic book as well, which, who's got that pre-ordered? I think most people must have that pre-ordered. The comic book Shockwave looks stunning. I don't know, Maxi, did you beat me to it? I think I was the first. UX Inksmaster, that's a great figure. When did I get mine? Mine came out, I got mine on either the 19th or 20th of March, Maxi. It'd be interesting to see if you beat me. Whatever the Saturday was, I can't remember. I got mine on the Thursday. In Demand were allowed to sell theirs from the Thursday. I think it was either the 19th or 20th I got my Origin Wheeljack. And I think I was the first, because I know I kept typing into Google. Because when it came in the morning, typically it came on my, yeah, that's a great pack. Today is my long day, even though it looks like I'm doing nothing now. Today long day at work, so I work 9 AM till 9 PM, and I knew that it was delivered on that particular thing, so I was gutted because I knew it had been delivered and I knew I wouldn't get home until 9 o'clock. So I kept checking on Google, I kept typing in Legacy Origins Wheeljack review, and it didn't pop up the whole day. You might have beat me, I don't know. If you did, then fair play. But I think I got it first, I don't know, because I have both Demolisher and Scavenger from the movie. I like the Steam Shovel Mode games. Demolisher was so hard to pose, wasn't he? I really like that figure, but I always thought they'd have been 3 times the size of what he was, because it's huge, that opening scene. Swoop is going to be amazing. Swoop, I think they underestimated, and I would hasten to guess that's why they've delayed him, because I think that they really haven't or didn't have enough study. And I think rather than release, I think that's why it went out of stock so fast. I think that was perhaps, and again, this is me speculating, please don't take this as gospel, but if you hear me out, it makes perfect sense. I think what they did was, of course, I think because they sold out so fast, they weren't expecting the anticipation and the build for it, so that rather than release the few and then wait a few months and release loads after, I think that what they did was they just then said, no, we're going to put the release date back because there's too much of a demand. I think they probably had initially enough ready for the release at some point this month. You did, pal. We both beat. It doesn't matter though. It's all good fun competition. I think they genuinely did have a bit of. I think they had them ready, but then I think because of the absolute enormity that was the demand for that figure, I think that's why they made a tactical decision to put the whole of the release date back. They got enough stock ready in, because the amount of people again who were going mad, it's sold out already, it's sold out already. It was genuine dissent amongst loads of people across all platforms. People were kicking off, people leaving messages on my channel saying it's sold out already, it's sold out already, whereas and I think they did the right thing. I think they did the right thing by just doing exactly that, just delaying it. Yeah, it's gutting because we all want it, but on the other hand as well, maybe most people are a bit like myself at the moment. Maybe, you know, you can't afford to just keep buying for time. So the best thing about Hasbro Pulse is, you know, and in-demand toys, they don't charge you until it ships. So I've got a few months to get it saved up, ready for that. That's another reason. Who knows? We don't speak that for his name. Told you his name is Crime versus Crime. What was she trying to say to collect a card? I think you have to have the box set. I'll check, Darren. I've got the box set of Volcanicus. I'll see if it's got a collector's card in there for you. It might have. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Grimlock had his own. Yeah, that's his name. Crime versus Crime. That's what he's known as in the. Yeah, I suppose everybody else who knows, because there you go. I'm not talking about him again anymore. Anyway, I'm going to check to see if that collector's card's there. In fact, guys, has anybody got any information on the actual new 40th anniversary collector's cards that we're all waiting for? That's what I want to know about. And also, you know, this Energon Universe free comic book, I can't find any information on it on Forbidden Planet in the UK. Does anybody know if the UK are actually doing it? Because I keep buying all the Skybound ones, and I keep, every time I go on and I type in Energon Universe, because that's the free comic book day, and I've got no information on it at all. So any information on that would be great, because I don't know anything. Singing Mario as well. Yeah, Lee, you need to find out when they come out, mate. You're good at stuff like that, and your job involves you sitting at a computer where you can type things in, so you can search. Because again, I may or may not be right, but I'm sure that there was good lad that you can that you could buy the complete set already as a box rather than buying individual packs, which I know takes the fun out of it. But pre-order in Australia, the May release date than others. It was initially, Maxi, it was at the end of this month, but then, as I say, I think because like what I've just said, everybody's been put back to August as far as I'm aware. I could ask BMAC to confirm, but I'm sure that it's as far back as that, to be fair. Which again, as I said, in what I think is my justification, not just my reasoning for why I think they did it. I think they pushed it all back for that particular reason, because I think the demand was huge. Right, MPM 14. Which one's that? Is that Super Jinrai? Because funnily enough, that's up for pre-order on Show Z. Both of the Jinrais are up for order on Show Z, and also Robot Recruits in the UK. And I presume in demand, but I don't check everything. I'll update everything in my news video a bit later on. Did not know about MP13 until today. MPM 13. Oh, there's a new one coming out as well, isn't there? There's a world premiere next week, is it? Of the new Masterpiece movie figure. I don't know what it is. It'll probably just be another one of the Train Bots redeco, to be fair, because obviously they're doing that at the moment, and we've seen 2 of them. I can't think of anything else. I think pushing back the release. That's honestly, Hyperlink. That's what I think they did. I think that they obviously had the product because they got it straight away. When they revealed it, the product was there. It wasn't just a test piece. It wasn't just like, here's some images. They're like, here it is in its box, in its packaging. So I presume they did, and they did a very, very good job of keeping it secret for as long as they did. And then I do think that it probably would have been ready for the initial release date at the end of the month. Oh, Bone Crusher, mine's on the way. Mine's on the way from movie, yeah. Show Z, funnily enough. What was I saying? And then I think just the demand was ridiculous, because it's sold out everywhere. And then I just think they decided, right, hold on to everything, release everything. Yes, I did get the new HasLab. I got it on the day. I got full FOMO on the last day. And I did the thing that I shouldn't have done. And I don't advertise this or advocate this in any guys. I put it because I got full FOMO, even though I have no affiliation to the character, nothing like that. Didn't see, no way. I am actually really surprised. You loved it as well, Cyril, but that's great. I don't know, you can, there you go, I know it was dropping. Yeah, it's just dropped, as I say. I obviously didn't show it on this channel because I don't want to get took down, but it just dropped. What are we talking about then? I can't think. Anyway, loads of numbers, it's all jumped up now, which is typical because it's jumping up now. Because I'm going to do another 25 minutes, I think. I think the overall, yeah, it is stupid and silly. The overall consensus, pal, is people seem like we are intrigued. It looks fun. I think you've nailed it there with that word silly. I think it looks silly. I don't think it looks... Sometimes with the humour, as I've just discussed, I think the Bayverse humour wasn't funny. I think the Bayverse humour was cringy. Whereas I think... Have the cash and to get the HasLab. That's what I was talking about, the HasLab. I got full on FOMO, yeah, and put it on a credit card, which I shouldn't have done. But I've paid it off now, so it's okay. Yeah, whereas I think the new Transformers 1 looks silly. but it looks funny silly. It doesn't look like, oh no, like cringe. Like, as I say, we discussed this a couple of times. And if ever you want an example of how bad the humour attempt is at, wow, Las Vegas is in as well. That's a great name. Celestial Slum Sorcerer. That's a proper tongue twister. What was we saying? Yeah, 750 US is a lot though. As was a lot, but it wasn't that much. It was still probably, yeah, it would have been about a quarter less than that by the time you've done the exchange rate with it all. Funnily enough, I did actually find the original one at Spacebridge. I've got to do a video on that. I just really hope that they only show the beginning of the film and there isn't much part. Bumblebee's not as old as Prime. No, he's not. That's the other thing that you've got to obviously worry about, that whether they show too much soon. Because I think that a lot of the people spamming it now. Were they? I've not seen any of that. I wish they would bring this to us. I don't understand why they don't. It's not as if you're not a big enough country. It's a huge country. But to be fair, look how long it took to get to the UK. I think we were the second one, weren't we? I think Hasbro Pulse was the second one in the UK. I couldn't hear you respond in real time, but oh, there you go. You've just caught up. Yeah, I don't understand why there's not. Maybe it's in the pipework, who knows? It must be in the, because at the moment they're dropping them everywhere, aren't they? They've dropped Europe, they've dropped a load of them, but it'll just annoy you, because like it'll annoy you in one way. Yeah. Hopefully the end of it is exactly that, where they will out. Who knows? What was I saying on Hasbro Pulse? If I flick between the, no, I haven't got him yet. If you flick between the countries, that's it, or the destinations. If you keep it on, if you're on US at first, HasbroPulse.com, and then you change your region. That's the word I'm after. If you change your region to UK, the price doesn't change. It just changes the symbol. Yeah, I've got the original God Neptune, and I've got the new one, but I've still not done videos on either. What was I saying? D16 for Megatron, is that supposed to mean something? I'm not too sure. Not too sure. I don't know. D16, because Bumblebee was B137. Is that something to do with? It's nothing to do with the Walther P38, is it? I'm not too sure. Don't know it, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, and as the other person's just said briefly before you, so hopefully there's not, what's the word I'm after? Too much giving away in the trailer. In the trailers, that's pain. Yes, Maxi, that's why it's really annoying. So that every time, all they literally change is the symbol, and this is why a lot of UK guys, there was a couple of UK YouTubers, and they basically boycotted it for that reason. The prices, they just literally changed the thingy. Do you know what? I think you're right. That's it. That's what it is. That's it. D16 Earthright. I'm sure that's the one. You know, the minor one. No, my Magmatron's on the way. I got FOMO with him. You know, the minor, and you know the Amazon packs where they did the minor Megatron. Is that the D16 version of him? It's something to do with that. I'm not too sure. I'll check my one. There's a reason for D16. Do you know what? I think you're right. Destron 60. What's Megatron's Japanese box code? Let's have a look. Takara G1 Megatron. Let's have a quick look. I think you've just nailed it. I think it's his box number. Takara G1 Megatron box. I should ask you guys to do that. Megatron box. Because they all had like the Autobots with the cyber. It is. That's what it is. It's exactly that, guys. Well done. Scene 16. It is. It's literally that. That's what he was. This is his original box. So this is the 1984 Megatron Takara version, number 16. And the D stood for Destrons, which is Japanese for Decepticons. That's a great little Easter egg. Well done, guys. We've just worked that out. Yeah, because in Megatron, in Japan, he wasn't released with the sensor scope or anything like that. Yeah, of course it is. D. Just, I don't know why I didn't see that. Of course it is. It makes perfect sense. That's a great shape. So what would be was B127 once you add average sales tax and Jetfire rerun got mine unloaded. Yeah, that's going to be in my video I'm going to do later. So for those of you who've missed out, Siege Skyfire and the Shattered Glass Optimus and Ratchet twin pack is available back for pre-order, guys. So it's available back. I think they call him B127. I think it was B127 because that was the name was in the Bumblebee movie. But again, where that came from, I don't know. I don't know where that came from. But that D16 class, I'm buzzing about that. That's what he was in the Bumblebee movie. I don't know if I watched the trailer once and then went live straight away. So haven't had a chance to rewatch it. Which again, I'll discuss it a little bit more later when I do my Tracks Friday video, which it's Thursday in the UK, but I'll do it later. So yeah, that's good. I want to watch it again now to see what else I can find out. I'm not sure what to make of the trailer. Yes, it was obviously AFC man or Dave, if you don't mind me still calling you Dave. I think it looked good. I think it surprised people for exactly that, to be honest. I think it surprised a lot of people. Elita 1 was the badass. Yeah, she's going to be great. And Scarlett Johansson's a great actress, isn't she? So I'm sure she does I'm sure the world are good. Fingers crossed anyway. Usually girl bosses. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes they take them. Hope you're doing better. Thanks very much, MechTech. I'm getting over it. As I say, I was bad. I just managed to transform my Earthrise Skywarp for the first time. Some guy his chest was stuck. Yeah, they're well painted in the bum, aren't they? Some of the Earthrise figures, again, some of them are incredibly difficult to transform, especially considering they're aimed at kids. That is something that I don't think I'll ever understand, to be fair. I may watch Master Force. I was watching Beast Machine as well, and it's just... Do you think 86 pound mold? I don't know. 35 in Demento, I think Hasbro's messed up. Lost. What was we saying then? I can't think. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. So Chris Hemsworth is Optimus, I think. It's a big cast actually. It's a good A-list cast for once, which is great. Yeah, there's loads. Again, we wait to see more. We hope that it doesn't get completely, you know what I mean? What's the word after? To see too much, because I think they ruined Rise of the Beasts with that. By the time I went to see Rise of the Beasts, I'd seen most of the film. Ooh, I don't think so. I'm not too sure. I'll have to check that out. Tell me about it now, and I've got my iPad here, and I'll have a quick look. Milton Keynes is only about 2 hours from me. It's not too far. If it's worth a nose, could drive right there. So yeah, Seacons are in Master Force. That's where they're known as King Poseidon, and that's where they've got different names. Clerkin, Alf. I can't think. Again, I've done videos on the Japanese versions, which is great. Funnily enough, I need to get back on the Earth Wars game as well. Anybody here play Earth Wars? That's the only game that I actually play, but I've been locked out for a month. The annuals, pop-up book. It's all right, all my notifications are coming up on the top of my phone. 4:10. 10 more minutes, guys. 10 more minutes, I'm going to get back to work. But as I say, I'm going to do a live stream same time next week because it's the RoboCen fan stream. So we'll do a watch along. We'll watch that together. We'll do the chats. We'll carry on like this, chatting straight afterwards. And then, funnily enough, that means that the weekend after will be the first of the month, the first weekend of the month again. So I'll do another live stream. I'm thinking of doing these weeklies anyway, to be fair, because this might be an school run. It was 2 different colours. Wow, it's going crazy. Yeah, I think they would do. The Master Force is great, and you just got to. The dub's never going to be as good, and the subtitles are always going to be a pain in the bum. And you've also got to remember that it's exactly that. You know, we're talking nearly 40 years old, so there's some of it which is great, some of it which isn't. I think personally that I think it starts a teeny bit slow, in honesty, but then it picks up really well. So and again, it's great because you get to see Jinrai, Overlord, etc. And of course, Black Zarek's in it, Mega Zarek, or whatever they want to call him in it, and of course Minerva. It's such a great thing. It's one of them things that again I wish I had time to go back and what's again over. Just same things like this. Perhaps at time instead of doing lives, I'd rather do a live. I should watch some cartoons and catch up. But I've been going, as I say, I'm going to go a few more minutes, get myself back to work, get video recording ready later. Going back to, I think people were talking about Beast Wars and things. I've not seen any of them either. I will do the God Neptune videos though for Darren soon. I'll stick them on the list. Reminds me of Pixar movies, having kids at the target audience. I was hoping for a new. I've got to in some way agree with you there, Mecca, because I think they are, aren't they? So it's free entry, loads of stores and sellers. I will have a look at that. Friday 3rd. Whoa, it went really fast then. Victory is amazing. Victory is absolutely amazing. It really is. You can't fault Victory. I think it goes straight. Here we go. Magmatron mine's coming from In Demand anyway. Tried to get TF Prime, but it was okay. Again, I watched a few. No, I didn't watch TF Prime. I went to watch it with my son again about 4 years ago, whatever, and then that opening scene where Cliff Jumper gets brutally murdered. My wife looked at me and she said, "He's not watching that yet." Did anyone else? It probably because I just turned this on to try and catch the chat, so I'm going to turn it back off now anyway. I'm going to turn this back off. And yeah, I'm going to go off literally in 2.5 minutes, so that'll be a full hour on here and I can get back to work. It's because when the chat moves fast, I can't keep up, guys. That's what it is, so apologies for that. I am looking to get a laptop. Or I need better internet connection. When I'm at work, I can't do it. I can't run it. I'm running on the members' Wi-Fi. So that'll be what that is. I will definitely have a look at that collector's thing if it's the first weekend of May, so that's 2 weekends away. I might look at that, to be fair, make sure I've got nothing. Oh no, I think it's my birthday. I think we're at Manchester, funnily enough. Now I've said that, there's too much. Enjoyed it, mate. Really enjoyed it. Thanks very much. Really appreciate that. Yeah, really enjoyed it, Brandon. Thought it looked great. No, I mean I'm inside a building, mate, so it doesn't work. Otherwise, I'd love to do it. I would really love to do that, but it just wouldn't. I've tried it. It doesn't make its way through all the metal walls and everything else that's going inside here. So, yeah. Otherwise, I would have done that. Again, this is just impromptu. I wasn't planning on doing this, so I've just done it, and I think it's been a success, guys. We've had quite a few people in the chat. We've had a few good talks on there. The overall consensus is that we're all happy with the trailer. We're even happier now that we've worked out that, we're obviously happy. We found out an Easter egg about D16, which is good. There must be another, if there's anything, there must be a few people who got tree and they put them on. Because to be fair, that's where I watched most of mine, even though I've got the DVDs at home, because I was on the go. Yes, that's the only thing in it. It's not Cullen. Yeah, it's not a gift. The IT guy's asking to put you at the top of. There you go. That's what I'll ask him to do. You and all your computers. Incredible talk. It ain't that big a gym. There isn't an IT guy, unfortunately. There's just a members Wi-Fi, and that's exactly what I'm sat in. It'll get a lot of hate because people probably don't understand it. As I say, we've already worked out a couple of Easter eggs already, just sitting here chatting amongst ourselves, to be fair. So there's going to be loads more appearing. But this is what I actually hate. I hate cutting this, not cutting it short, but there's loads of people jumping in. I honestly could talk to you guys all day, but I have to go and do real work. Yes, and Soundwave was in it, mate, and a lot of the other things. Got my chat later. Yes, I believe got bots going later. I'm going to do my normal work. I'm going to carry on with the rest of my videos. Maybe do some of that, or not me, but my clients. But again, thank you very much, guys, for jumping in. You've made this last hour really pleasurable. It's been a great chatting to you. I love the fact, as I say, that you all jump in. I love the fact of seeing all the members. You know, I really do appreciate the members on the channel. It's really nice of you to just contribute to everything on this. Cheers, Moff. I'll see you later. I love it. And I love yours the best because you hated my channel at first, which is great. Take care, guys. No, really mean it. Obviously love it, and it's great that we can have banter like this, which is good. Yes, Cyril, thank you for jumping in again, mate. I appreciate all your comments, everything that you do. Channel members, thank you again for your extra support. Dave, I'll see you all. Thanks for jumping in. I do these quite a lot, so yeah, keep her out, and I do put loads of content up, so I will. That's a brilliant line. He took it from me. Till all are one. Take care, guys. I will catch up with you all very soon. Retro Soundwave video is going to go live in about an hour as well, if you want to watch that one.